Hello and welcome back to the show. Now we're going to talk about, before we get into the All-Star game itself, we're talking about Mr. Jonathan Papel Bum. That's what he is. He's nothing more than a bum. After winning, first of all, when he pitches, get that smirk off his face, okay? It's like he's got like a little circle in his mouth, okay? Give me a break, okay? I know where he got that circle from, okay? Now, what he said on the red carpet going on 6th Avenue last Tuesday is beyond anything. This is what it says. Quote unquote, Mr. Jonathan Papelbon. I feel like I need to be traveling in the Pope Mobile. What? The Pope Mobile? I don't understand what that means. He is saying, you know why he's saying that? Because he knows what he said the day before is wrong. That he should be closing the game and not Mariano Rivera. I don't know who he thinks he is, where he is. Guess what? You're not in Boston anymore. You're in New York City. We don't go for this kind of stuff. First of all, comparing yourself to such a religious figure. Who does he think? He's not the Pope. He's not Pope Benedict XVI. I'll tell you that, okay? He's a little lousy bum, okay? Also, what is that saying about New York? What is he trying to criticize New York? He's saying that he needs to be in a bulletproof thing because he thinks that every New Yorker is out to kill him. He is setting a bad example for New York, trying to make Boston feel good when they're a bunch of jerks over there like Manny Ramirez and Kevin Youkilis, okay? What do you get from this, Matt?
What I get from this is a guy who's very annoying. He won't get out of the papers, and he's Catholic. Why is he comparing himself to the Pope?
He shouldn't. He has no right doing so.
Yep.
No, I don't see, and it's wrong, and something should be done from it, okay?
What are they gonna do?
You know what? Every single fan on 6th Avenue that day had the right holding up that newspaper that said Papelbum, okay? They had every right doing that after what he said about that he should be the closer, and then after seeing that he would say something like that. It's beyond my imagination. Now, let's get into the 79th Midsummer Classic, the 2008 All-Star Game, live from Yankee Stadium on Tuesday, July 15th. 15 innings, 4 hours and 50 minutes, the longest one in time and the tied for the longest in innings, okay?
I just want to say something. Most of you fans out there were doing this by the time this game ended. And there's a reason for that. One, because managers won't keep pitchers in beyond 2 innings, which is beyond me. You go into an All-Star game, you're supposed to pitch the best players. You're supposed to showcase them.
I don't see why the starting pitchers, just like Cliff Lee, okay, why he wouldn't pitch at least 3-4 innings. He is the starting pitcher. To get an honor like that, you should pitch more than 2 innings, okay?
I know, and then also the American League used 4 pitchers in the first 5 innings. What?
That makes no sense.
They're all starters too that they used.
I know.
And they used Mo for 2 innings. They didn't even use it. Like they started using relievers for more than that's what I'm saying. Leave the starters in for 3 innings.
They're starting. Don't worry about they're on. If you know what, if you're a major league starter, I think you can handle that.
3 innings.
I think you can handle 3 innings, okay?
Even 2.5 would have been better. They only went 2. They couldn't even go like 2 1/3 or 2 2/3.
Yeah, especially the starter. Give me a break, because this was Terry Francona's thing. If starters are starting an inning, they will not come in the middle of the inning. Which I kind of understand, because then if they throw 1 pitch and strike a guy out with 2 outs, I understand it's hard for them to go into the dugout, but still, then you don't know. Right, they're meant to start an inning, but not 2 innings after the ball game begins.
I know.
Especially when you have 3 strikeouts in 2 innings like Cliff Lee. I mean, I don't understand logic behind that.
It was very quick too. Remember the first 4 innings were very quick.
It was fine. I said, I'm watching the game, and I said, it's about the 7th inning, less than 2 hours into the game, and I went, oh my God, this game is flying. And then, after I said that, it didn't fly anymore. Okay.
JD Jewett's 2-run bomb. I don't get why he was MVP. I mean, there were some other great performances. Don't get me wrong. JD Jewett had a great game.
I don't think he did the best, okay? Pitching, I think Sherman from the Orioles, okay, that was great. He came with 2 outs. Yes.
Sherrill. He pitched the most he ever pitched.
He's actually my MVP because he came in, 2 outs, struck the guy out. Okay, the bases were loaded if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Also, I like.
And then he pitched another inning, which is great.
Fuentes too.
They
great
all
job.
did very good.
Russell Martin. Without Russell Martin, that game would have ended in the 11th and the 13th. I mean,
I just want to bring up a quote I found here about what Terry Francona said, and then for his own player to go against him. Coming from Terry Francona, quote unquote, talking about Mariano Rivera, he'll be the last person standing on that mound when this game's over. It may not be the easiest thing to do, but that will be a goal of ours. And then for his own player, Jonathan Papelbon, to say, when he's asked the question, who's going to finish the game, he says, you have to watch and see.
You know what's funny? It's almost Papelbon's fault this game and went into extras. Remember, he allowed that earned run, and then when the American League scored that run, it only tied it up when it could have won.
Right, and the National League could have won, but why would you bring in Billy Wagner?
I mean, come on, to close out a game at Yankee
Hello,
Stadium.
Billy
Are
Wagner.
you stupid?
What, are you stupid or something? Okay.
I know, really.
That made no sense. As soon as I said, "Oh, there we go, AL's gonna win now," and sure enough, that's what happened.
It's
and of course,
Wagner.
Who had a winner for the AL? Mr. Michael Young. It's like any other year in Pittsburgh, getting a 2-1 triple in the 9th inning.
Off Trevor Hoffman.
Or if a guy who has the most career saves in all of Major League history. Okay. Doing it in the 15th inning, and he had his chance in the 12th inning, didn't do it, but he did get it done. That's all that matters, okay? And the AL wins for the 10th consecutive time.
Now, I wanna ask you, do you think, I want to talk about this now, pitchers like Scott Kazmir also ruined the game? It's not Scott Kazmir's fault, it's not the Devil Rays' fault, but he had to start. You have to go in a 5-man rotation. He pitched Sunday. Now, they asked Francona not to pitch him, so he could only pitch 1 inning. And I gotta tell you, that game goes 1 or 2 more innings, it's a tie ball game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I want to start a new thing. I've heard it around. I've heard whispers about them moving on.
Commissioner Bert Selig has said it.
A couple of times, but you can never trust Bert Selig until he gets pressured into something. That's when he decides to do it. He waits too long. This should have put in after the first tie. Well, there wasn't another tie, but there almost was. After
1967, when it went 15 innings, okay?
Yeah. Well, no, back then they had the starters go 5 innings.
I agree, okay.
When they tied in Milwaukee, this should be put in 3 alternative pitchers. Let me explain to you why. Because you had the Reds pitcher Edison Volquez pitched on Sunday. He's the one who allowed the 2 runners to J.D. Drew.
That's what happened.
You had Scott Kazmir, who pitched Sunday, who wasn't supposed to pitch.
You're only on, 2-day, 3-day rest. Depends how you look at it.
Especially Kazmir, who pitched 100 pitches on Sunday.
Right.
See, here's what I'm saying.
Also Brandon Webb.
Also, he couldn't go far.
Right.
I mean, and also the other thing is, they had the closer up for Philly, Lidge. He threw 100 pitches in the bullpen before he came in, so I can't blame him for losing there. So here's what I was talking to Anthony about before the show. Make 3 alternative pitchers. So let's say Kazmir pitched Sunday. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays didn't want him to pitch. So then they'd get the first alternate and send him there. Let's say then, Edison Volquez, they'd send the first NL alternate. Then Brandon Webb, they'd send the other one. And then that way Brad Lidge wouldn't have to keep warming up. They could send in other pitchers.
I think it's a good idea. All right, well, we can get into this a little more when we come back on the Sports Blitz.